Need to amend the agenda.
I'm gonna amend the agenda to include the fishing derby and the wayfinding signs, and then I'll add a couple of things for closed session.
Okay. You want to put fishing derby and
The wayfinding signs.
wayfinding signs. Okay.
Do we need to amend the agenda to also add in there where that we can make an amendment on our budget for the fencing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're wanting it to budget amendment for the fencing?
Correct.
All right.
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
And I'll say,
All in favor? Any opposed? All right. And Amanda's still working on the minutes, correct? So we'll just have to. Okay. All right. This time I'll open up the floor to public comment. We have anybody for public comment? Do we have a motion to close public comment?
I'll make a motion to close public comment.
I'll second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Next, we have statement of qualifications from McGill and High Country Engineering, and this is to fix the water lines on Old Sweetwater. How would the board feel? Do you want to go with McGill or High Country?
I thought we'd done voted to go with McGill. I'll make a motion to stay with McGill.
I'll second.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Next up is the Code of Ethics. The board had a chance to look over that.
Well, I have.
Continue to be on the table.
You want to continue?
Just to leave it on the table is my recommendation.
I mean, that's something the state auditors recommended we do. I've put a lot of work into it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not willing to vote for this one, but
What changes would you like to see made?
a lot. I mean, this reads like a personnel manual, not a code of ethics.
I mean, is it the nepotism policy or the...
Well, pretty much everything was first take, Sean, if you want me to be honest about it. I mean, this ain't a code of ethics, man. That stuff's personnel policy.
Yeah. I mean, I just put a nepotism paragraph in there where elected officials couldn't hire relatives, which has happened in the past.
Yeah.
And they can't be, elected officials can't have a town job also, which has happened.
I'm just, I'm not willing to change our whole policy and procedures and everything on isolated incidents that happened in the past. We're trying to move forward, and we'll never go nowhere looking to the past. We need to keep moving forward and try to advance and try to better the future instead of being stuck on things how they used to be. So we can table this and come up with a different code of ethics. I'm not opposed to a code of ethics, I'm just not gonna vote for this.
Okay. So you don't want the nepotism policy or the elected officials not being able to hold the town job? You want that taken out?
That's personnel issue, Sean, that's not code of conduct. A code of conduct is pretty much what the statute reads. I mean, that should stand on its own. It's, the rest of this should be personnel issues and policies and procedure. It shouldn't be in the code of ethics.
Would the board consider moving it to the personnel policy then?
We can talk about that. We'll table that discussion.
All right. All right then. So you want to table it?
Yes.
I'm second.
All right. Okay. Moving on to new business. All right. Eisenhower's been working on the Jim Luska tank, and he's got the outside pressure washed and got the floor sandblasted. And you got to look at it, Chad?
They said they'd contact us when they had it cleaned out, but
Yeah.
we just leave them up there and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Like I-
The weather's got them messed up right now. But. All right. It's good that Jim Luska tank's not been worked on.
I do want to add that they said there might be some additional expenditures possibly, but I haven't heard as far as like the cost or if that's in stone. They said there was some pretty good pitting from previous, before it was painted, before.
Yeah.
But he said that when they determined that, I guess when they got it cleaned up, they would let us know when, we approach the board and see what needs to be done there.
I asked, how much of the town is dependent on that thing? What's the whole thing?
Pretty much everyone from Freeman Gas to the bypass here, including the courthouse, town hall, all the way down to the school.
Okay, so it's someone they address quick.
Yes.
All right, and the RTA hired a couple of new employees. You want to introduce yourself?
Patty Slaughterline, and that's 13-letter last name. And I'm Karen Lair, L-A-I-L. It's been spelled every which way in the world. Thank you all.
Good to see the RTA's hired somebody.
Thank you. We're excited. We're gonna get together right after this and talk about ideas.
We've met beforehand already. We're learning to get to know each other.
Yeah.
No. And we're glad to have you on board. Like I said, I think we've got so much to offer as a town, and
Yep.
I think having somebody to coordinate and promote is a great step in the future.
We agree. And we're happy with the decision y'all made.
Thank you.
Next up is Linda, with the finance officer update.
Well, Amanda's will have that next.
Yeah.
But, I've had a Zoom meeting with, or a few Zoom meetings with T.D. Hill, the auditor, about what they're needing the most to get for the current audit, and it's bank recs, which I have worked on. I've got 3 of the accounts reconciled to current, which means through February. That's the power bill, the capital projects, and the Little Creek water plant. Had a really long, lengthy conversation with Kyra, Black Mountain. They're getting everything set up. with a company out of Tennessee to come in and help get us caught up with a lot of the stuff that's so far behind.
The town got really behind when they terminated Sonia because she kept all the finances up to date, and then we was without a finance officer for months. I stepped up, done a lot of it, and didn't even get paid for it.
Then I was finally able to get the NC 101 that I was talking about in the last meeting filed the day afterwards. Sean actually got me logged in, so I was able to get it filed. Other than that, I've had several conversations with Donna. She actually called yesterday with Southern Software. Sean was wanting to have the paying of Karen and Patty out of the RTA. And I mean, we can still do that, but in order to do it completely separate, we'll have to purchase Southern Software for them, for just the RTA.
I was just going to see if they would put them on the RTA CIN number, since the RTA is a separate legal entity than the town of Robbinsville.
But they said we can do it that way, or we could continue to do it like we do the guys whenever they work the RTA and pay it as a separate line item on the paycheck, and then the RTA reimburse.
Well, what's the hold up on making RTA totally separate from the town? I mean, if it's an exponent of the town, I don't understand why we can't just make it.
The Southern Software, they couldn't.
I'm not talking about Southern Software, I'm talking about just the RTA in general. Making it a exponent of the town, like the water department.
So make it like a department of the
Making it
town.
like a department of the town, I mean, would that make it easier?
Technically, it would. I mean, it's kind of what they're talking about, how to set it up through the Southern is have the line item, just like we have the line item for, the maintenance for the water.
I think that's too deep of a subject to get into before we table that for further discussion. I don't know the legal aspects of that.
We could do it in closed.
Okay.
Also, the Department of Corrections has dropped off a form we need to get signed so that we can get some community service workers. We have that form, remember? We do, don't we? Yep. Right here, so we're gonna need signatures on that. And this is for the town and for the RTA, two different forms here.
Oh, okay.
And then, that's all I got. I'll let them add an update of what it is.
With our water bills, they have been consistently late every month, up to a week. And with that, Southern Software and Invoice Cloud are not communicating with each other, so it causes issues. There's not a payment update. And with Invoice Cloud, they just had a big thing where it wouldn't take certain credit cards, so they had to go in their system and rewrite. And I got a notification that they supposedly have that fixed right now. I don't know. A lot of my customers have tried to switch their payment, and they'll just call, and I have to pay it on my side, so it's taking up a lot of my time just paying bills online for them. So it puts me behind with getting my billing and everything, and they don't work well. And I've had Southern Software, they go in 3 different times this month to our server to update through Invoice Cloud, and Linda's had to go through the server once to do an update with the Southern Software. So it really puts everything on a stand.
When that's happening, we can't do anything. We just have to sit and wait.
No part of the system will work. We have to log every computer out, so even can't take payments or anything, so it's a hindrance. So they've told me that they're working on it, and also Southern Software is going to set up a part. I talked with Sophia yesterday, and Joe, the IT guy, is setting up a program so that we can get the accounts for the septage as I would send them a regular bill like I do the water bills, so that we can get them current as well. So it's just going to take a little bit of time, but they are a year behind on everything. And Southern Software has suggested that we do a forgiveness. And I did talk to Debbie about that a little bit, and she said when we get closer to that, we'll talk more about that.
Okay. Appreciate it, man. Did you have any more to update, man?
That's it.
Alright. Next up, we've got this extra speed hump, and I was approached by residents close to the intersection of Atoll Street and Circle Street. I just wanted the town to consider putting it right in that area.
Question, do you know where we're talking about that? Which direction?
It's like if you was at the intersection of Atoll Street and Circle Street, when you turn down Atoll Street, it's that sharp curve right where Harvey C used to have a shop right there.
Okay.
But in that area.
Slow traffic going into the curve.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
We'll have to purchase some more screws, some anchors to hold the asphalt better than that. We still have to be.
What do you think, Debbie?
Well, I was wondering, how many speed bumps have we got on that street now?
We got
Two.
two coming down from the school, and then we got two out closer to, is it 2 or 3? Out closer to Freeman Gas. 3. There's 3 on that.
Well, in that curve, is that not right before you get to the stop sign? I mean, they're having to slow down anyway.
Well, he's talking about right, yeah, they can't get too much speed right there.
I mean, there's a stop sign right there, so I don't really see the
Well, it
need
depends
for
on which
speed bumps
direction they're
right there.
going, though.
So, now that you brought that up, we might need to look into that and table it till the next meeting. Like close to the table to the next scheduled meeting.
I second.
Okay. All right. And all in favor? Any opposed? Right, next up, I'm still working on amending the W-2s. Should have those ready pretty soon, the information ready, so we can get the W-2s amended. All right. Next up is the fishing derby. You want to talk about that, Kim?
Yeah, I mean, it's a coming close. I mean, it's next month, so we need to kind of start pulling it together. And I know the RTA is willing to jump in and help. I mean, it's a kind of town deal. I mean, we don't care to orchestrate it.
It was just recently changed to the town. It really should be an RTA function.
Yeah, I mean, there's something we'll have to iron out on that.
Is Debbie going to coordinate with us, like letting us know the dates?
Ma'am, I
for
would love
example?
to sit down
Yeah,
with
she
you ladies
would.
and
Okay.
give you all my contact information.
Perfect.
I know that the Wildlife Commission had already reached out.
Yeah.
They are already planning on having fish for the fishing derby. And that's basically the hardest part of that, other than just getting with the different fire departments and using their holding tank for the fish.
But Chad, I
But
think,
if
already
it's
got that.
okay, I would call you and talk to you, or come by and talk to you tomorrow.
It's okay with me, what about you?
I have an appointment with my father. It depends on what time. Tomorrow afternoon would work fine. I'd say after 3 though.
Do you hear
Or,
Debbie?
or Patty
I
could
can
meet.
leave and fill her
Just
in.
whatever time they would, they want to set up, I'm at their disposal. So whatever they want to work out, or even late this evening, I can do that too.
Just like me, exactly.
What does
Give
late
my
mean,
contact
Debbie?
information and let one of them reach out to me after they discuss when's the best time for them.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll give you your number.
We'll do it this evening.
Okay.
Hey Kenneth, with that fishing derby, if we're gonna order shirts, that needs to be done now, because that's not a 1 week and have it
Yeah,
done
we
thing.
Yeah, we
So
done
fire
it.
department, insurance.
And trophies.
It should be,
Are there photographs of the previous derbies anywhere?
Yeah, if you look on the website, or
The
Debbie done
RTA
finds
website or the Facebook or what?
I think it's RTA, or it might just be the town.
Yeah, they have a Facebook page.
And I know we've got a Facebook page,
And
Debbie done
Debbie
find
can
y'all.
tell us,
Keep
yeah.
an eye out.
Okay.
Any more discussion on the fishing derby?
I think we're headed in the right direction, so we'll continue that after. So we'll let them discuss it and bring it back up.
Okay. All right then. Next up is, we want to discuss wayfinding signs.
Yeah, apparently, we voted to help rev up the Wayfarer signs, helping put the signs up, and some of them hadn't come in, and it just kinda got pushed off to the side, and, they've come back, the signs have come in, and they're, just want to make sure it's still okay for them to help put the signs up. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I think so. There was a couple
I
of
don't have
sites.
any issues with that, Kenneth, but then we also could use the other guys with this other program to help with it too.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we just, whenever they get signs in with whatever we've got available, we'll throw that.
So you're,
I mean, I think it's just 5 or 6 poles that we have to put these signs on, so it's not gonna take that much time to get it complete.
What the holdup was originally, from my understanding, was the sites hadn't been approved through Andy Russell.
yeah, and they're still on.
And
Hello? Oh,
so it's kind of a snag.
yeah. I mean, I ain't got no problem with that, but I mean, we done agreed to help them, so I mean, whether it's done down or in the future, I think we need to help them.
I'm gonna put that in motion.
Well, I make a motion, we need to help with the wayfinding signs.
I'm thinking that.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, next up is a budget amendment for the fence.
I just wanted to make sure that we had that budget amended to where that we could get this fence paid for. I know we agreed to do it, but I'm not sure that we, had everything in the works to amend the budget to pay for the first part of it and the second part. And I don't know if not Amanda, but Linda, he taken care of that first part and got it all squared away. But the second part has not been completed yet.
No, I haven't, but I am working on it.
So I think we need to, I make a motion to amend the budget in the general fund to cover the cost of the first phase of the fence and the second phase and get it paid immediately.
I'll say,
All in favor? Any opposed? We still need to amend the agenda for this contract to the auditors.
I make a motion we amend the agenda to discuss the contract for audit.
I think of that.
They had sent this amended contract. They wanted more money than the original price.
This is for the 2022.
Yeah, the original fee was $40,000, and they added additional $10,000, $50,875.
I think that's what we agreed to, wasn't
I think so too.
it? Yeah, but I think after we get out of these contracts, we might look at another, look into getting another. We'll just bring it up for discussion on the new.
Would you like to send out RFPs so other people could bid on it?
How long is the contract with the
Auditors is on.
auditors? How long is the contract we had with them? Just for the 2 years?
Yeah. I mean, the sooner we send out the RFPs, the better. We'll do that.
Yeah, we can do that, send out, see what's available.
Okay. You want to put that in a motion?
You okay with that, Debbie?
Yes, I'm good with that too.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we send out RFPs and look at auditors for 2024 or 25.
Okay. And you approve the contract?
Yeah, approve it,
Okay.
pay the contract.
Okay.
I second that.
All right. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, and I believe that's all the new business we had. We want to go into closed.